Hello, Two Slips fans. Aaron here. Well, I was going to do a day 2 review, but as it turns out, we're going to do a full test review. Clearly, Elise's parents didn't make the trip to Mackay because Mitchell Starc was in a hurry to finish that game. What a match from him. A well-deserved player of the match. 10 wickets for the game, his fourth 10-wicket haul in Test history. To go along with Shoreful, who I thought was fantastic as well in his game for Bangladesh. Gave them a sniff, bowled really well on day 1. An absolutely amazing delivery to get rid of Cameron Green on day 2. Any chance Bangladesh had of staying in the game was at his hands. He was fantastic, and his efforts and his first 5-wicket haul in Test cricket on day 1 cannot go without mentioning, which I neglected to in the last video. But yep, the game's all wrapped up. 1 over after tea on day 2. Nathan Lyon taking 2 wickets in the over to remove the last 2 batsmen. The game's done and dusted. Off to the pub. It's going to get into the pitch inevitably will get spoken about in this game, as if you lose 18 wickets on day 1, it's going to be spoken about. But to be honest, I thought the pitch was fantastic. I want to play a lot more cricket at Mackay. I think it is a fantastic venue. It's a fantastic wicket. It's not a drop-in. It is a genuine cricket pitch. I thought it was great. It looked like there was plenty of runs to be had there if people could stick around. Yep, there was carry, there was swing, but nothing there that I would say was extreme. I think it was the fact that it was there was really, really good bowling mixed with some tentative batting, and we're in a generation of cricketers that just don't do the hard work when it comes to surviving at Test level. If there's any significant sideways movement, batters from all countries struggle, including Australia. So, as I said in the first video, I think Bangladesh's techniques were a little less polished in this one. I think the extra carry, the extra bounce, the more swing that Starc was getting really unsettled them. They were far more loose with their shot making. So they're going to have to go away and find ways to combat places when they go, when they come back here, or they go to places like South Africa where there is extra, carry and bounce. But overall, the Bangladeshis are going to chalk this series up as a big win for them, and they should. It was a fantastic effort in Darwin. The Aussies, I feel the bowlers are going to be papering over a lot of cracks. Again, three times at bat, 3 times that our batting lineup has fallen in a heap. Cameron Green looked fantastic for his score. So he's backed up that 100 with another 50, and largely it's because he ran out of batting partners that he got out. Trying to force the issue. Nathan Lyon looked really good. Coming back, should bat him at 3 the way we're going. There's going to be some big question marks heading into what's going to be a very, very big series against South Africa, against a very, very good bowling attack. I think you've got to give Matt Renshaw a bit of a run at the top of the order to see what he's got. I don't know whether Travis Head, we had these concerns during the podcast, whether Travis Head had the technique to really survive as an opener. Worked in the Ashes, it's worked on the subcontinent, but you can see there's definite gaps in his technique where it can be exposed with good new ball bowling. So I think to not disrupt the team quite so much, Travis Head will probably get the 3 tests in South Africa. But if he fails to score there, I think for the team's good, you need to move him back to the middle order and accommodate another opener somehow. So we're looking at a number 3. I don't think you can take Marnus Labuschagne there. I think you have to take a number 3. I think the obvious choice at this stage is McSweeney. I know his average wasn't great last year, but he's had over the last few years a fairly solid average. He's already played Test cricket. He didn't make a horrible showing of it. There was some gritty knocks in there. He did run into Jasprit Bumrah on absolute fire. But I think he's the guy. You give him a crack at 3 and see how he goes. He's the next one. I think it is a little too early for guys like Peake and Kellaway that have been talked about, but they should definitely, if they have a productive year this year in Shield, should be looked at fairly soon. But yeah, I think McSweeney's been around for a little while. He's had time to tinker with his game and work out what he's about, and he's had some leadership credentials put on him. I think he's a guy that's close to being ready for that next level. I think Peake and Kellaway and guys like that still need to learn their trade in Shield cricket first. I think a good year, one more good year from them, and you'd be looking to fast track them, especially with the relative age of our team. overall for Australia, it's been great to see the bowlers come out and get things right and really show why they are a dominant unit. They're going to paper over a lot of cracks that this batting lineup is leaving in the side. We do need to shore up that batting lineup. We've got some very big series coming up. We've got 4 tests against the Kiwis, 3 tests against South Africa. Then we've got the Border Gavaskar in India. Then we've got the Centenary Test. Then we've got the Ashes. So huge games coming up that we need to look to get settled for. We also need to be looking to the future because it's a lot of Test cricket being played in a short time with an ageing team that there's going to come a point where they're going to go and we need to be ready. I love the idea of the top end tournament. My final point for this video is that the top end tournament, the top end series, I think this needs to be accommodated as a permanent fixture in our national schedule as soon as possible. I would love to be watching Test cricket in this country from August, getting more Test cricket being played, exposing the Australian cricketers to more kids around the country, Darwin, Mackay, Cairns, all those places that are going to be probably cricket ready in August, September, as opposed to waiting to that 8-week period from November through to January. Especially since a large part of it's also taken up by the Big Bash. So the sooner that we get more cricket, this being part of our schedule year in, year out is going to be better. Gives us more opportunities to play longer series against the New Zealands, the South Africas. For example, we get out there and possibly if we're saying that we want to play more against the Kiwis, we need to be able to stretch the calendar out. So it's good for that sense. It's also good because it gives us an opportunity to play guys like Bangladesh who might not be big ticket billers that we want to take to the MCG or the SCG because we want to save that for the bigger teams, which is fair enough. There is a commercial element. It's not saying that they're not deserving to play at those big grounds, but Cricket Australia does have to look after its bottom line a little bit. And, having those top end tests where you can take, Bangladesh or you could take, Ireland or Zimbabwe and get them playing Test cricket against Australia at the top end. More Test cricket being played, more opportunities for the baggy green, and then possibly there's even a chance to be rotating out some of those older players that are coming to the end of their careers, maybe not necessarily permanently, but maybe a Travis Head or a Steve Smith misses a test to give a young kid a go. I'm not suggesting that should be the case, but if that is the case where we're not playing a World Test Championship test against Ireland or Zimbabwe or Afghanistan, that there is an opportunity possibly to blood some players while we're resting some other ones. So absolutely love the concept. Big tick from Cricket Australia for organising that. Hope it becomes part of the fabric of the Australian cricket season moving forward. Absolutely 5-star response there. Darwin's fantastic. We're on the road trip up there. Mackay, I think, was a beautiful ground, a good, fantastic wicket. Deserved to have more cricket being played there than what it did. Hope we go back very, very soon. So we'll have a big podcast to wrap up all of our thoughts around the specifics of the second test. We'll get everyone on board. Townie's apparently very keen to come in on this one, so we're looking forward to having him back for a full episode. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, guys, enjoy the cricket and bye for now.